Hello, 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 and welcome to more Idiocracy. Where? Oh God! I'm gonna do a shorter-ish video today. It's not gonna be live because I am agitated. Not at anything EpicSeven did for once in my life. We got new Windows installed. I'm just gonna start this so you can watch. I'll be talking. Main thing you want to know is they have literally no AoE and I have Stene. So let's just reset Mort and then they can't do anything. But we had our Windows changed today, our Windows reinstalled, or new Windows put in, I suppose you could say. And that was done at about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. And they informed us that the maintenance crew would be coming in right after. Usually, they said they usually follow about an hour or so. It has now been 7 hours, and they have not shown up. And I can't really... It's one of those things where you can't really do anything while you're waiting for someone to show up. You just have to kind of wait and hope. And I'm still here waiting and hoping. And so far, nothing. Mort was blind when he hit DDR there, by the way. So yeah, I'm a little annoyed. Just a little annoyed. I don't like my time being wasted. So I'm just still waiting. I don't think they're gonna show up today, if I'm honest. So what that means is that I will have to put our blackout curtains up currently so that we aren't bombarded with the what is it that what does Astarion say? Oh God, what's his line? The full unrelenting power of the sun? Something along those lines. Essentially that. The sun is a deadly laser. Etc. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put up our blackout curtains. And then take them down again at an unknown point in time. That is also why I wasn't able to stream today. Probably not tomorrow either. Because I didn't want to be interrupted while I was streaming by maintenance, which would be very loud and very intrusive. So I just sat there and waited. I was like, oh, I'll just stream later on in the day. They never came, so I've wasted an entire day. And I'm excited for them to show up at like 11 tomorrow in the middle of the stream. Essentially, I might do a short one after I'm done with this, since I've been going to bed later. Hey, the fight's still going, by the way. Basically, because Flitika's in stealth and Stene's perma-stealth, they have to go through Amiki first. That's just what they have to do. So yeah, I just want my time back. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead, reset him again. I still have Pestilence, so I'm just gonna dual attack into Maid. Oh God, start getting everybody down a little bit. I didn't trust my being able to kill with just the S3. So I'm going to go ahead S1. I did make the correct decision because now I will absolutely kill. Carmen is still honking away. Mort is now dead, and they still have to go into Amiki. Dual attack doesn't matter. Once Flitica, if Flitica ever gets out of stealth, we're in immense amounts of trouble. I'm gonna S2 here to try and... I know Maid Chloe's gonna go, but it was an opportunity to try to get as much CR as I could to be put back into stealth. 2 opportunities instead of 1, but hey, Mort's at 100%. 100%. Not that it really matters, because he's just gonna kill Flitica. They get another dual attack. Pretty sure I got a dual attack as well, so it's not really, but... Like, I'm just gonna kill Mort again. And now they have to go through Amiki. And Amiki, if you can believe it, is immensely slow. And now she can counter. So my main question is, who do I want to kill here? Because they're going to be going a lot into my Amiki. So let's get rid of Maid Chloe. Just to make sure she can't revive her way out of this. And then we just have to hope that we outlast the 2 revives. And hey, I think we might get there. If you can believe it. Let's go ahead, hit Maid Chloe. This should hopefully kill. It's Frenzy 5, and it does. Perfect. Hey, okay. Okay, so, hey, Ilanov's S3, or, Immortality is gone, and now Carmen's Immortality is gone. And Stene, goodbye. And that's why you can't let Stene through when you have 0 AoEs, and I also have an Amiki. I had a rough day today, too. Look at all these legends that I fought. But I'm just showing the wins because it's my channel. I get to do what I want. Now that I'm done complaining about my day, this person, their sole DPS is Flan, who I nullified with Solitaria. And we'll just see how things go. I need water. I would have gone more in depth about how they chose what they chose, but I'm just gonna drink some water. They push back Ed. Not sure why, but they do. They had to get the attack buff on him or else he'd counter this. Amiki counters, which is pretty funny. Who do they S2? Ooh, Solitaria resisted. I should say I feel bad, but it's a knock wall, so I don't. Let's go ahead, hit Flan. They can S1, give an attack buff. That is perfectly fine. It's not enough to cut Solly. And Solly's going to be able to go into stealth. That's not a great debuff. Solly, can I get rid of the attack buff? Nope. Okay, well, I'm blind. Oh, well, they're blind. Sorry. But, as we all know, blind doesn't exist. Because why would you rely on a 50-50? So they're just going to kill Ed. But Amiki, thankfully, counters again. I don't particularly care what they do. Another counter, wonderful. I'm just gonna S1 again. At this point, so many resists for an almost 200 effectiveness Solitaria. At this point, I'm just trying to get to a place where Amiki can solo. Thankfully, they dual attack with Bunny Dom, because Flan does not have that part of her active. They are going to S2 Solly to finally put her behind bars, but hey, Ilanov, Elenov hasn't gone quite yet. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. We're going to get rid of Knockwall because I despise her with every fiber in my being. It's a Wondrous Potion Vial Bunny Dom, which is strange. A nice resist. Perfect. Let's go ahead. Since I have killed one of their members, and now they could be dual attacking with either Bunny Dom or Flan, I'm going to go ahead and stun Sealilius so that she can't do anything. Flan's going to do her S1. It's probably going to break. Didn't break the stealth, which is pretty nice. And then they quit because Amiki can just run away with the show from here. And Solitaria. So yeah, pretty nice fight. Next up is Limeberry. I don't really know what to say about this one. So they first pick Flan, to be expected. I respond with LRK and Ilanov because I'm testing things out, seeing if LRK is good against Flan, because I've seen people using against her. They go for Sealilius and DDR. I respond with Solitaria because Solitaria stops Flan, and they very clearly want to, dual attack with specifically Flan. And then Dilibet to deal with DDR as well as Sealilius. They respond with Arya, which is interesting into a ban-locked Solitaria, because she can't gain any focus. And Rowana for Solitaria, because her extra attack would heal them up. So I respond with Celine, because Celine is good into every single one of their team members except for Flan. But I ban out Rowana because I know they're banning out Celine, and I feel I have all of the tools necessary at this point to win. And why I say that this is essentially a non-game is because it is very much a non-game. From my perspective, what they really wanted to do was press all of the buttons that they could press. Because they S3'd with Seal Elias, that is to be expected. But it's not enough to trigger Dilibet. They push back Dilibet, who immediately pushes up. So I'm just going to S1 to try and do as much splash damage as I can. Also test the Arya's resistance, which is not enough. It is on Bastion of Hope, and it is not enough. DDR, I thought he would just S2 to push everybody up, but he ends up S3ing. Dilibet resisted. Not that it really mattered because she would have cleansed again. But I'm going to go ahead and S3. And now I'm going to go ahead and S3. And I think my S3s were a little bit better. Arya has 760 HP and she hasn't gone yet. So she S3s. I kill her with Ilanov. They just pressed all of their buttons and then lost. But I'm fine with. So this fight, I go for DDR first pick because he is a menace. They go for Dilibet A Tywin, which is understandable. I go for Laya LRK since I recently did rebuild him. They go for Sali and Genoa. I go for Amiki and yes, Celine. Because of Sali. They go for Rowana, which I ban out. Because that makes it seem like they're going to keep Amiki in. So I ban Rowana, and Amiki got kept in. And they banned Celine because Sali. Because if they Celine, if they left Celine in, they couldn't do anything with Solitus. Because I would just S3 kill the Dilibet, and then DDR can run away with the game. I'm just going to S2, though, because Like, it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and try to get rid of the Dilibet. It's Sigurd Scythe, which is interesting. But most importantly, much like every game I play, where people pick degenerate nonsense, this game is what do I have to do to set Amiki up for success. It is a 17k poly, so I'm not super scared of its effectiveness. In fact, LRK's reset allows me to S3, S2 again. So Dilibet's going to cleanse. Perfectly fine. I don't particularly care. I'm going to push up my team. Going to do what damage I can to who I want to do things to. Which in this case is Sally, because she is slightly tanky. Dilibet's going to S3. Perfectly fine. DDR is going to die. I'm going to counter. I'm below 30% health right now, which is perfect. LRK's Crown of Glory is actually very, very helpful. What should I do now? At the moment, I would like to proc Genoa, because Genoa not proccing his immortality at the wrong time could spell danger for me. Thankfully, I do counter his S1. He procs in the middle of his attack. Or I guess at the end of his attack. Or that was a dual attack, sorry. I'm tired and upset. He's going to do it again. Amiki's going to counter and proc the immortality, which is perfect. Amiki still, by the by, has Pestilence and immunity and effectiveness. So, like, sure, get dual attacks. I'm perfectly okay with as many dual attacks as you want to throw into me. Like, another counter, perfect. We can work down this Solitus. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So everybody's in popping range, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and pop everybody. I think this pops everybody. I don't remember. It might not pop the Dilibet. Yeah, it didn't pop the Dilibet or the Genoa, but it doesn't matter. Let's get rid of the Genoa. Let's get rid of the Dilibet. Goodbye, Dilibet. Lovely, lovely. Lovely, bubbly. By the way, I started playing Pokemon Pocket, the TCG collectible card game thing. It's very fun. If you want my friend code, just let me know and I will send it to you. Next up is Asanua 2 in BBC Casuals. They first picked DDR. I first picked Ilanov and Flan because they let me have Flan. They take Says Tomoka, so I know where this is going, so I'm going to go ahead and pick Amiki, and then Sage Ball. They pick Rowana, which is good into Amiki, and then Politis, which is not good into Amiki. So I get rid of the person that's good into Amiki, and they get rid of Politica. Just in case I might outspeed them. Can you see where this fight is going? I know a lot of people are tired of Amiki, but she has been a bastion in this meta of horrible, horrible nonsense. She has just been one of the best things that could happen to me. They're going to go ahead, kill Sage Ball. Counter. Perfectly fine. Waste all of your skills. I'm all here for it. I'm not quitting. Do as you please. How much effectiveness? Enough to sleep, whatchamacallit. That is good to know. But, like I've said multiple times, Amiki is base speed. So she is slow as sin. She does proc, which is actually fine for me. Polly's gonna S3. No need to soul burn. Flan's dead. Unfortunate. Amiki doesn't take too kindly to that, so she kills Polly. One down. No counter. Double attack, sure. Oh, sleep. But they're on Sacred Tree branch and pushed up says. Not that it would have mattered, the Tomoko outsped me anyway. So, what we have here is a DDR I need to get rid of. So let's get rid of DDR. So at any point, if I counter any of these two, I am in a very good position. Just one counter, my darling. Just one counter, please. You're on counter set. You have 30% chance to counter. Alright, one down, but she lapped. Just one counter. There it is. Perfect. Thank you so much, Amiki. I think they do the sad emote. Yep. Yeah, you had to know it was a possibility. That's just the power of Amiki. I appreciate the says play. I have faced Asinua 2 before. They usually kick my ass. But this time, Amiki saved me. Next up, Rojin Goto. They first pick Zio. So I'm like, okay, I know what they're doing. They banned Harsetti and Bellion. There's literally one thing that they could be doing. So I go for Ilinov Senya. They pick Veronica, I imagine, to dissuade the Amiki pick. But that just means I don't have to pick Amiki. So they go for Veronica and slam Ludwig. So, since I already have Ilinov, I'm just gonna ban protect Bunny Dom, because Bunny Dom also technically stops Ludwig, because he has to take extra turns. Usually he has to take extra turns. He wants to take extra turns. They go for Flan and Rowana, so I go for Sage. Or I go for Bunny Bob Sage Ball. Then they go for Flan and Rowana. And I get rid of Flan by picking... I pick Laya. I get rid of Flan because Rowana, I don't care. And let's see what happens. Now their S1s are essentially not great. So the first thing we need to test, how much effectiveness does this Zio have? Usually Cleave Zios have like 200 plus effectiveness, if not more. And do they soul burn? They do not soul burn, which is such good news for me. They go into Sage Ball. It does not do anything to Sage Ball, so they're forced to S1 with Rowana, which defeats her entire purpose of existing. And then they quit because Cleave. The Cleave mindset. Next up is Quads. Like I said, not doing the losses today because I need good news. I first pick Ilinov. They pick Flan and Dilibet, which is interesting because I didn't pick any debuffs at the moment. Usually, I guess they're picking them in preparation of Solitaria. So I pick LRK and Solitaria, of course. They pick Ran and Rowana. I pick Amiki and Aiden, and they pick SBA, Silverblade Armament. I get rid of Rowana just on the off chance that this is another, hey, Amiki wins the game fight. They are smarter than that and let Aiden through. Now, Aiden, it's been a while since we've talked. If you don't mind, could you please dodge? Okay, symbol of unity. You dodged. You won a 50-50, my darling. That makes me very happy. Now you just gotta dodge being stunned forever. Okay. Can we hit and kill Flan? Okay, we have a game going here, folks. So everybody's defense broken, but there is some stealth. I do have Crown of Glory, which lowers AoE damage by a bit. Ran can do what Ran wants. He's already blown his load. He's gonna go into LRK to try and get rid of him. Because immunity is scary. S1, S2, goodbye. You have to kill LRK here. Okay. I have my S1. Or I only have an S1, so let's go ahead and get rid of these two units. I don't think Dilibet can kill with an S1. She cannot. Awesome. Let's go ahead and S3 then. Aiden actually smiled down on me today, which is remarkable. And then I just S1 and get rid of Dilibet. I might change up my Ilanov. Who knows? Then I fought a legend and lost. But then we got this person. I go for Senya, Celine, Laya, Amiki, Flitica. They go for LRK, Solitus, Rimuru, Genoa, and Mort. They ban out Amiki, I ban out Solitus. Flitica's going first. Perfect. Everybody's on immunity. I am going to take the risk and S2 here. I know it's going to push up Rimuru. By the way, everybody is like 260 speed plus. Rimuru. Okay, you might be damaged. Okay, anti-sword mask. Are you damaged? He can go into Flitica if he wants, but he chooses not to. He's gonna go into Senya. It does quite literally nothing. And I feel here, at this point in time, in this part of the country, localized entirely within this RTA fight, I am going to reset Mort, because his fear is annoying. Now, if there is a god, counter, perfect. I never would have thought I'd say it, but hey. He countered, which is perfect, because that's going to proc Celine, given an attack buff. Rimuru doesn't get stunned, which is fine. I just wanted to, and you might think it's wasteful, I'm going to kill the Mort now. I reset him. I'm going to kill him, because most are on Holy Sack now. This one is no different. Let's go ahead and get rid of Mort. I say to myself, assuming that this would actually be able to kill Mort. Apparently it's not. Man takes it like a champ. Everybody has skill null though, so I'm not super afraid of anything. Or of LRK specifically. Senya's gonna take damage, but that's fine. She's also probably gonna die here. Nope. Good to know. Now, for Genoa specifically, I just need to wait out his immortality. Or his immortality, not his immortality, his immunity. Let's kill Mort. He's dead again. Perfect. Great. Let's kill Rimuru. Perfect. Great. Everything I wanted. Because now they can start working on Laya, which I don't particularly care about. You probably see what I'm going for here, which is a timely demise of Genoa. I do get a dual attack, which I'm not quite sure if that was helpful or not. Let's try and blind him. Doesn't proc. Let's reset everybody, push everybody back, because at worst case scenario, Laya will be able to kill LRK. Flitic is still in stealth. Nothing can be done about that. Okay. I can't S2 here just on the off chance it procs Genoa, because I need to time. I didn't see I had S3 available there. If I did, I probably would have S3'd, or I knew that Laya would outspeed, so I was trying to save that. Now Genoa is the last person left, and the only question I have for you, Genoa, is are you built with resistance? The blind doesn't really matter because my Flitic has 265. That can hit any Genoa. Are you built with resistance? No, perfect. Wonderful. Exactly the news I wanted. I think there's only a handful. Yeah, after that win, I got fought with another legend. And then a Dilibet that one-shot my entire team. Anyway, second to last fight for the day. Zio, Ran, Ludwig, Mort, DDR. I go for Ilanov, Senya, Amiki, Rowana to take it away from them, which is immensely funny to me. And Genoa. They get rid of Genoa. I get rid of Mort. Let's see what they can do. So Rowana is going to die. That's fine. Perfectly understandable. That is to be expected. They do things a little bit strange and out of order. Like, they S2 here, and I'm like, okay, they're going to Soulber an S3. But they just S1? I'm like, okay. Don't you want to proc Amiki and then DDR? Like, maybe they have like a much bigger brain than I do. But then they don't even S3. They don't even soul burn again. Like, I have no idea what's going on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put up Indomitable. I'm going into DDR because he is the one unit that can kill Amiki. He just S2s? He doesn't even S3. I have so many questions. Now he soul burns. Amiki counters. Wonderful. Great. 2 defense breaks didn't land, which is very good for me. I think they kill Senya here. They kind of have to, right? It doesn't actually kill on the first S1, which is hilarious. So the S2 kills. Now they S3. I guess they were worried about proccing the Senya, but like it doesn't do that much damage. I'm also going to counter and pop a twink. Plus, now my Amiki is going to outspeed the DDR. So let's go ahead and get rid of him. Goodbye, DDR. I probably should have gone after Ran here, just on the off chance he could do some sort of nonsense, but let's just get rid of Zio. Ran can S1. There's no need, though. Good job, Amiki. You, once again, you are the light in the darkness for me. Next up, I first pick Ilanov. Why not? They go for DDR Ruel. I go for Celine and Mort. They ban protect Dilibet, which I'm perfectly okay with. Then I go for and Sylvan Sage, and then I go for Amiki and Strays. Perfectly fine. They last pick Blood Moon Haste, which is the most obvious Ilanov ban I've ever seen in my life. So I banned Blood Moon Haste because it is the most obvious Ilanov ban I have ever seen in my life. Oh, I ban protected Mort, by the way, because I wanted to see how my Mort dealt with things. So Strays goes first. Let's go ahead and kill whomever has the highest HP. It's Ruel. Perfect. We got rid of her revive immediately. And hey, I have a Celine, so... What you gonna do, babe? What you gonna do? And then we'll see how inept they truly are. Do they do the buffs? They do. Dilibet's dead. And once Dilibet is dead, I can deal with everybody else. Also, hilariously, it doesn't do anything to anybody except for Amiki. It just sleeps her. Nobody gets a Venom. Nobody gets anything. At this point, Dilibet's a not threat because there's only one debuff and she's going like next. So I'm going to kill Ruel before she can start giving people damage limit. SSV doesn't want to wake up Amiki, understandably. So they're going to go into Strays. Doesn't quite kill. But now I get to step on everybody. It won't do anything to SSV, but if I can fear the DDR and kill the Dilibet, perfect. Okay, and DDR couldn't do anything. And then they give up because Amiki wins these. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Have a great one. Goodbye.